Israel and the United States continue to use self-defense as an excuse to allow Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israeli government to commit crimes against humanity in Gaza and now Lebanon. Al Jazeera, my employer, full disclosure, has published confessions from members of the IDF. The soldiers were so proud. They were literally proud of their actions, so proud, in fact, that they recorded the atrocities themselves and then posted their work on social media. Have you ever heard of something like that? They literally snitched on themselves, put it on the internet, and acted like this is okay. This is where we are. You know what? I would rather not describe it to you. I'd rather you just see it for yourself because, again, it is crazy. Take a look.
We will fight until we break their backbone.
אין חשמל, אין מזון, אין מים, אין דלק.
The United States stands with Israel.
We will always be there by your side.
We are attacked by Israel. The hospital.
I interviewed a lot of kids. Some of them told me that they just want to die, but they don't want to. They want to die in one piece. They're scared of being shredded.
Inside of Gaza, this is what I said. Stuffed to the brim, look at that.
Regarde, je vais montrer son dos, tu vas rigoler, regarde. Ils l'ont torturé. On va faire parler.
Torture is one of the most serious international crimes. Very often, though, it's difficult to get evidence. This kind of material, where you have persons on camera admitting that they have participated in torture, would be very useful to any investigator or a prosecutor.
First of all, shout out to Al Jazeera once again for this investigative work. Too often, this type of work doesn't happen. But Al Jazeera has been fearless, despite the fact that they have been under attack from the Israeli government for forever, but certainly in the last 12 months. It makes you understand a little bit better why Al Jazeera offices are being closed in Israel and in East Jerusalem or West Jerusalem. It makes you a little bit more clear-headed about why they're under such attack, why we're under such attack. Again, I'm an employee of Al Jazeera. Watch Upfront on Fridays right here. And this is a kind of testament to how brazen the Israeli government has become. And the soldiers are often like this. I mean, I've spent a decent amount of time around Israeli soldiers when I'm in Palestine, being as it's under occupation. And I'm never unsurprised by how aggressive, but also how condescending, how mean-spirited, how disrespectful they can be to Palestinian people. I also understand that it's a conscripted army, and many of the IDF soldiers, or let's not call them IDF, so the Israeli army soldiers or the Israeli soldiers. IDF is problematic for many reasons, not the least of which is every other country in the world has an army, a military. The IDF calls up the Israeli Defense Force as if they're only there for defensive purposes, as if their job is to simply respond to attacks. It frames Israel as exceptional, as opposed to being like every other nation state that has a military, that has an army, that has an offensive function. And so I prefer to call it IOF, the Israeli Occupation Forces, or just the Israeli Army or the Israeli military. I think that's totally fine. But IDF for me is a bit rich, particularly after 7 years of, after 14 months of genocide. So we could say all of that. But all that to say, the soldiers are young, and young soldiers do stupid things all over the world. But the problem here is that they're committing war crimes. They are committing crimes against humanity. They are upholding an illegal occupation, and they are doing so while making fun of the people they're harming. Not every soldier, but enough of them. And when you look at this Al Jazeera investigation, and again, I'm glad that we've done this, it becomes so clear that this is not a defensive war. It's so clear that they're not operating in self-defense. I mean, right now, there are more than 44,000 indisputable documented deaths in Gaza since October 7, 2023. 70% of them are women and children. Now, they say they're going after Hamas. There's only 20,000 Hamas members. They've already killed 44,000 people, and they haven't killed that many Hamas members. But we understand that it's not because they're sloppy. It's not because Hamas buries itself in the civilian population and all these other lies or misrepresentations or exaggerations. What it is that this has never been about Hamas. It has never been about self-defense. This has been about prosecuting a genocide in Gaza that will lead to the ethnic cleansing and the removal, the transfer, the erasure, whatever you want to call it, of the Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip and ultimately throughout historic Palestine. That's all this is. So once more, shout out to Al Jazeera. Thank you for this investigation. We're going to continue to watch, and we're going to continue to pay careful attention to what's going on.